Football is a violent sport, a sport of collisions, and nowhere is that more evident than along the line of scrimmage, where 300-pound men absorb and deliver blow after powerful blow. For Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, an offensive lineman and medical student at McGill University in Montreal, it's a fusion of both worlds.
You have to be passionate and watch like a lot of film and analyze like the opponent, because every opponent is different. And I find sometimes it's kind of the same thing with medicine. Like every patient is different and you have to understand them, and there's a lot of number too, because there's a lot of science behind it. So I find sometimes the strategy of football and medicine can have some similarity.
This Canadian-born player has a real future in professional football, as evidenced by the 9 NFL teams and 3 Canadian Football League teams that showed up to his recent pro day in Montreal. But that won't stop this 23-year-old, 6'5", 316-pound lineman from making his contribution to modern medicine while putting his academics on hold. As a pro, he will wear a sensor in his helmet that will track the severity and frequency of hits he delivers and receives.
When we diagnose somebody with a concussion, it's really hard to get the follow-up right. So to have a device like Shockbots really allowed you to be able to track all the hit that the kid received with an iPad or with an iPod, and then be able to know who is more at risk to get a concussion. So just to be able to, not to prevent concussion, but be able to diagnose them quicker and retain the player from going back on the field right after they had one.
The risk of repeated concussions is real, and he's willing to take that chance, but he also believes he can mitigate that risk through making slight changes to his technique.
The best way to protect yourself is to be aggressive and finish your block. I mean, if you fell on somebody, you have less risk to injure yourself than if somebody fell on you. That's my kind of principle. But yeah, just in terms of the way you block, you don't want to like throw your head into the opponent's chest. Like, I want to put my hand there, but work with my arm and like, try to push the player. So that's maybe a little like different in technique that make me like less susceptible to get a concussion.
And it certainly couldn't hurt if his smarts give him an edge in the very near future.
The playbook we have here is completely different from the playbook we have in the States. So to be labeled as a smart kid, I think helped my case for sure.
And when his career in football is over, Laurent can use his experience and knowledge to help teams of all kinds with the treatment of concussions.
10 years down the road, for sure, I would love to be a sport doctor and go back to study and be like a qualified doctor in my field, and also be able to help teams, Olympics, football, hockey, whatever.